Exercise number 2 changes fingers, which is kind of a different technique. The ideas of speed are the same, bow staying even is the same, where you're going is the same, getting your elbow forward. But when you change fingers, your fingertips need to be really close together, because the idea is we want the new finger to come in invisibly. So if I'm going from a first to a second, I'm still starting to slide slowly and trying to accelerate into the note. As soon as I start, I slide my finger down. And the technique that I use is I actually pin my fingers together. I have them kind of touching, and I try to slide my finger down. So if I'm on my second finger, I'll have my third finger kind of touching that finger, and I use my finger as a ramp to slide down. That gets harder when you're going like 1 to 4, but if you vibrate with bunched fingers, then look, your fingertips are really close together. So this is another advantage of the bunched finger kind of thing. Even if you're not ready to be vibrating with bunched fingers yet, this is another place to practice the finger shapes. That was something from the vibrato videos that was suggested. Bunch your fingers. And if you haven't seen the vibrato videos, you should go look at the vibrato videos. So finger to finger. I start slow, get my new finger on right away. Same thing going back. I try to get my first finger on the string as soon as I can. The next things on this page are some more complicated exercises to try these ideas. For sure, you should get really good at the single note thing. Again, playing each one as many times as you can stand it, and you can vary it each day. That's another great way to practice these, is to have kind of the thought for the day. So I'm going to do these today. I'm going to do each one 3 times, and I'm going to think about my wide wah-wah vibrato. Or I'm going to do them tomorrow, and I'm going to think about bunching my fingers, no vibrato. The next day, I'm going to really concentrate on full bow, full even speed on the bow. The next day, I'm going to concentrate on tilting my cello. So that every day you can have a different one of these extra ideas, and eventually those things will all come together. So don't move on to number 3, the second page, until you feel pretty comfortable with your individual notes. Make sure you're checking where you're going in 4th position, because some of these notes sound really weird. They don't always sound like the notes you think they're going to be, so make sure as you're going up there in exercise number 2, you're really landing on the correct pitches. And exercise number 3 is really how we use these shifts in music and in scales, just going up, bunch, and you can see as I come from 1 to 4, I could play that better in tune, couldn't I? See my fingertips are bunching together right as I go into the shift, partly because I try to keep them bunched together, and not all the time, but a lot of the time, if my fingers are relaxed, they're going to be more bunched. When you do exercise 3, another little extra challenge is to stay in the same tempo. A metronome, it can be very handy here because it turns into triplets at the end, which are kind of fast and which are coming off extensions. It makes it harder because your hand will be open, which means pulling your fingertips together is a quicker motion. So that's definitely a challenge. And then the 3rd page has similar kinds of extensions, but this time in a forward extension situation where you'll be going in and out of this kind of extension. Click together. So fingertips together. That kind of slowness in the slide. For all of these, I want to hear the slide. We want to make sure that slide is happening. And I know you may be thinking, yeah, but that makes it sound slimy or smeary, but it won't, because when you get really good at it, your hand will be able to move quickly and smoothly, and we won't hear the slide more than just a little coloring on the cello, which is actually nice. If you try to shift really cleanly, you will very likely jerk your hand, and that will not be to your advantage because it will tighten your arm up, and it makes you have to kind of stop on a dime, which is not a great way to shift. Okay, so you have a lot to practice about shifts, and there will be more videos coming with more complications of shifting. Have fun!